When it comes to the money game, that whole fake it till you make it can leave you broke before you ever get rich. Most people make the mistake of trying to look wealthy before they actually are. And the real truth is the flashiest people are typically the most broke. They're struggling the most. If you're serious about building wealth, it's time to stop playing the status game and start playing the money game. Cha-ching, baby. The first step to getting ahead while looking poor to the outside world is to invest aggressively. First in yourself, next in your business, or if you're an employee, traditional investments like crypto, stocks, real estate. Make it automatic. Set up transfers into your investments or retirement accounts so the money leaves your bank before you're tempted to blow it. Invest in books, courses, and skills that will help you grow your income. Next, live below your means. Way below. Rockefeller lived with this mindset. In his early years, he was incredibly frugal. He kept a journal, Ledger A, where he wrote down every single expense. This habit stuck with him his entire life. He was known for buying just one suit a year and wearing it every single day until it wore out. Even his children received small allowances and were taught to donate a portion to charity and account for all of their expenses. But was Rockefeller poor? Not even close.
When inflation is adjusted, Rockefeller was worth the equivalent of $329 billion in 1913.
In 1937, his net worth was estimated at $1.4 billion. By today's standards, he remains the wealthiest person in American history. His approach wasn't about deprivation. It was about discipline and knowing that the small sacrifices of today will lead to unimaginable wealth and freedom later. It's not just him or me. Studies show that over 80% of self-made millionaires lived below their means for at least a decade before they saw major financial freedom. That's how they built their wealth. Not by spending, but by growing their income while saving and investing. So, what's more important, impressing others today or building the future you really want? Here's a challenge for the next 30 days. Cut out 2 expenses that aren't moving you closer to your financial goals. Then take that money and invest it in you instead. When you start earning more, resist the urge to increase your spending. Keep living as if you're earning less and pocket the difference. Take a hard look at subscription memberships or habits that don't align with your goals and cut them out. Host a cocktail hour at your place instead of the bar with a $20 drink. Let your friends know you're swapping nightclubs for something much more low-key like dinner in with close friends. Explain your goals. The friends who support you are the ones you want to keep around. And if no one supports you, that's even better because it means you get a fresh start in attracting people who align with where you desire to be. Ignore status symbols. Focus on your future. Wealth is an inside job. Therefore, wealth is built when you stop caring about appearances, expensive cars, watches, luxury brands. Them all. Start focusing on your financial freedom. The only status symbol that matters is your freedom. How close are you to the life you want to live? Here's a stat to think about. The average car payment is close to $800 a month. That's almost 10 grand a year. What if you drove a car that's half the price? Or like me, drove a cheap paid off car for a decade. Trust me, every time I step into my paid for Tesla Model S, I smile. And I'm grateful for every single time I felt embarrassed driving my old cars. Ask yourself, does this purchase align with your long-term goals? Or is it just about projecting success to others? The next time you're tempted to buy something flashy or impress others, hit pause. Ask yourself, is this bringing me closer or further from my goals? Find areas in your life where you can simplify. Fewer clothes, fewer gadgets, fewer distractions. It all adds up. Simplifying your life today means building the future you want tomorrow. Embrace delayed gratification. In fact, make it your BFF. It is a friend with benefits. If that's not too creepy, and maybe it is. Embrace delayed gratification. As Beyonce once said, if you like it, then you better put a ring on it. One of the biggest differences between a wealthy and poor mindset is the ability to embrace delayed gratification. Building wealth requires putting off small pleasures today, for much bigger rewards tomorrow. Take a moment to write down your financial goals for the next 5 years. Every time you're tempted to make a short-term decision, remind yourself of these goals. Practice delayed gratification by setting long-term objectives and breaking them into smaller, manageable steps. When you hit a milestone, celebrate in a way that doesn't break the bank and still feels meaningful. Learning to say no doesn't mean never. Delayed gratification is about building trust with yourself, trusting that you'll do what you set out to do long enough to reap the reward. See, prove to you that you've got what it takes to stay disciplined. Start small. For example, get a side hustle, pay off $3,000 in credit card debt in 3 months, or save up $1,000. After you achieve your goal, reward yourself in a meaningful and sustainable way. Maybe you finally book those 10 personal training sessions you've been wanting, or treat yourself to better, healthier groceries for a couple months. The trick is to celebrate your wins without derailing your progress. Keep the rewards simple and significant, not extravagant. Go to a movie at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. Sleep in for an hour on a Friday. Give yourself permission to do something you typically wouldn't. Have fun and get creative with it. Find a mentor and learn from the wealthy. Surrounding yourself with people who have mastered wealth building will transform the way you think about money. Seek out mentors, whether online or in person, who can guide your decisions and challenge your mindset. A few years ago, I was at the beach with a mentor of mine, a guy worth over $200 million. As we were standing in the water, I asked him, "What do you think makes you different when it comes to money?" Without missing a beat, he responded. He goes, "Mike, what do you think most people believe the purpose of money is?" I started to give my answer, but he cut me off. And let's be honest, I was just saying shit to say things. He said, "Most people think the purpose of money is to spend it, but not me, and not to any of my wealthy friends. The purpose of money is to create more money, plain and simple." That conversation stuck with me. So how do you move from a spending mindset to a wealth building mindset? It's not about cutting out every little joy in life. It's about growing yourself so you grow your income and redefining what joy and success look like to you. Do you want instant gratification, or are you ready to build the kind of wealth that buys you real freedom, real opportunities, and real control over your life? That's the difference between those who simply make money and those who build wealth. So how do you go about this? Identify someone you admire for their financial success and start learning everything they've shared about money. Whether they've written books, given interviews, or hosted webinars, immerse yourself in their mindset and strategies. It's not just what they say, but why are they saying what they do? Join online and offline communities where financial growth is actively discussed and encouraged. Finding a mentor might feel intimidating at first. I used to feel the same way, but a friend once told me, "Mike, you're making it way too complicated. You don't have to sit down with someone on a regular basis to be mentored by them. Just watch what they say and do. Pay attention to their habits. Even casual conversations can make a huge impact." And they were right. That advice shifted my perspective completely. You don't need regular one-on-one sessions to be mentored. Just find someone whose content resonates with you and dive in. Heck, let me mentor you from afar. Subscribe to a YouTube channel like this one and engage with the content. Leave comments, ask questions, and learn from the responses. That's exactly what I've done and still do. It's a really effective form of mentorship. Instead of figuring everything out alone, take advantage of people who have already achieved what you desire. Study them, implement their strategies, and make those lessons your own. Remember, learning doesn't have to cost a lot. There's plenty of free resources out there, like my masterclass on crypto and finance. Take advantage of it while you can. And I will see you in the course and the next video. You, my friend, you keep living your life to the fullest. Till next time, peace.